microphone.
Yeah, yeah, don't worry.
Ah, can you hear him? Yeah, very good. Okay, let's have a sip of water. That's your water.
Thank you.
I thought I would explain a little bit about this model as I'm going through, if you're interested. Try not to do too much of it, but in the PCMK process, which is power coaching with mind kinetics, we drink a lot of water because water is a conductor of electricity. And what is thought? Our thoughts are electrical. So therefore, in order to stay clear, we drink a lot of water so that we stay in each other's electromagnetic fields and that we're staying very clear. If my client can come up with an answer, I know he needs a sip of water. You know, he needs some support on a biological level. All of our coaches start with the PCMK quick guide, and the quick guide follows these core competencies in terms of establishing trust and intimacy, and getting the client focused on what the real issue or real goal is that he wants to work on today. See, he's thirsty already. It's 2:45. Usually a PCMK process takes between 60 and 90 minutes. Yeah? Because it's done on 5 levels: left brain, right brain, conscious, subconscious, superconscious. So to do it in 15 or 20 minutes, can't. It's usually 60 to 90 minutes. All right. So the first thing it says on here is that I have to remove my judgments of Rajiv. Well, I don't know him, so that's easy. I have nothing to remove.
Yeah.
But if I did have some judgments against him, we know how to remove those. We have some techniques that, as I mentioned earlier, just put me into a neutral zone. Okay. And then I would ground myself to make sure that I'm grounded and centered. Make sure I have water, and then I'm going to put a veil around my entire torso here, an imaginary type of veil. Reason for this is because many coaches, counselors, therapists, doctors, lawyers, dentists get very sick, and some of them commit suicide. Many coaches get sick because they take on the negative energies from their clients, and they get sicker and sicker and sicker. You see that in corporations too. Leaders getting very sick because they're taking on a lot of the negative energies from their employees. So we teach our coaches to protect themselves so they're not taking on any of those negative energies. In front of me, I have a manual. This is a certified power coach level. There are about 40 different methodologies, 40 different coaching methodologies in this, and then there's another set of 40. So in total, our coaches learn about 80 different full session methodologies. And in here, there are methodologies for, excuse me, for corporations. Personal success tool is what I mentioned this morning. You know, when a manager is giving a performance evaluation to an employee, then we encourage them to learn how to do this type of coaching so that they can coach their employees to get rid of their roadblocks with respect to achievement of their goals, their own personal goals for the company. We have self-esteem tools. We have tools to help people release their judgments of others. We have just general conversational ones. We have life spiritual purpose methodologies. We have some very quick ones that get to the root cause of why someone has an unconstructive pattern. It goes on and on. Career transition, just all kinds of methodologies here. So, okay, Rajiv, welcome to the coaching room.
My pleasure being here.
So happy you could be here today. Normally we start off a coaching session by pulling a values card we're going to bring to each other today. So that's your deck right over there. I invite you to pull a card. Ah. And what did you get?
It's orderliness.
Orderliness.
Meticulosity.
Yes, that's in French.
Okay.
If someone who speaks French understands that word, right? So Rajiv got orderliness and I got obedience. So I'll start to show you how we bring in trust and intimacy into the coaching session. So I pulled obedience as my spiritual value to bring you today. And I'm going to bring that by just really honoring what you want to get out of the coaching session today and the results you want to get, and being as quick as a bunny to help you achieve your goal for the session. So that's how I'll bring obedience. What does orderliness mean to you?
It means things in order, things being systematic, and it gives me a reflection of army or straightness.
And how are you going to bring orderliness to our coaching session today? How can you bring that?
Having my thoughts more organized, and when you ask things, I should at least have some of the things built into my head that to be ready and prepared and have more order.
Great. Thank you very much. So what we just did there was we have come into each other's electromagnetic field, that's what we call it, so that we can be very aware of each other's energies and thoughts and so on and so forth. Okay. So with 10 being very focused and grounded and present for our coaching session today, with 10 being very high, how grounded and focused are you right now?
When I came, I was 3 and 4. At the moment, I must be in 6 and 7.
6 and 7? Great. So would you like me to run you through a grounding session, or are you okay to...
I'm okay. I'm okay to go.
Yeah, you feel like you're okay. Okay. So I'm now going to the back of the quick guide. So students learn this very easily how to do that. So I'm going to hand you a coaching kit. All clients get a coaching kit so they can track their return on investment. And I'm going to get him to, I already tabbed it for you, and there's a pencil there if you like. And on this page you can make notes. On step 2, for example, you'll be able to write down what you want to work on today and write the dates. And so you can always go back in time and see how well you have progressed with the coaching. Yeah. Okay, so what stressor, challenge, or goal would you like to work on today, do you think?
I was working in IT industry, and I have two major business plans that I have. The first one is getting into retail segment, and that also became my passion since my wife was also in the fashion industry. So that became a natural choice, and I had a lot of knowledge on the manufacturing side as well as the supplying side. So last 3 months I worked on launching a brand, and I have launched a brand recently. That is my first objective, and that I'll make it for today. And the bigger objective is to get into the world of fitness. So I should have a brand which will be talking about health, fitness. So that is the larger motive. So these are the 3 things that I have in my mind. Work on the fashion and launch my wife's whatever work she has done into the Indian retail, make a bigger platform for fitness, and give back to society by employing people or generating some ways.
Okay, thank you very much. So I heard 3 major things there. Launch your wife's fashion brand, and then in terms of health and fitness, launch a brand for the world of fitness and create a bigger platform for that. And then also give back to society.
That's correct.
Yeah, give back. Okay. Is it possible to be a little bit more specific about these three pieces?
Okay. So, if I talk about the real goal for today, so I will be focusing on my brand creation. I want to create a brand that is going to be, the company that I want to create should be one of the best in the world. It's going to be a small company, not focused on money and things. I believe that money will be a byproduct, it will come. But I should have a very healthy environment, a very good environment where my employees and me will work. And I want to do everything online. So everything will be online, retailing, everything online. So this is the business that I have. I'm tying up with a couple of business houses like Fashion and You and others with whom I'm going to work. So that is my business, the brand that I'm talking about. And this will also have a bit of back end where I'll have a small manufacturing. I have already done that, a small manufacturing house with around 40-45 people. 30% of the people are underprivileged or from slum areas, and 30% are women. So this is the current...
30% are what, sorry?
They are female, women. So this is the current setup. I want to make it a bit large, give it a bigger platform. So this is happening, it's there. And the other two that I said, giving back to society, I'm working with a few schools which educate slum kids. So I have to give uniform to those kids. When I met the principal of one of the school kids, she has got around 280 students, and she said most of them are from slums, so the parents are not very clear whether they are going to school or not. So she needs some seriousness, and the seriousness would come from school uniform and even a basic like a toothpaste and a brush. So I have promised them that by August end I will be giving them. The funding is around 3 lakh rupees, and from my brand I need to earn that much to give it back to them. So working hard to get that done. And I want to support a couple of more schools like this.
Support a couple of more schools?
Yeah. Right now I'm working with 3 schools. 2 of them are small. This one is large that I talked about. And the third venture that I talked about was the fitness thing. So that is, I want to open a chain of fitness center that will be complete fitness for the whole family. The parent, that is the male and female. The kid, I want to have an aerobic center. I want to have a gymnastic center, plus creativity for the kids, so that when they come, they have everything. And I have my brand also where they can buy clothing, the fitness clothing, fitness food, fitness drink, and those things. And I want to tie up with a lot of these malls and a lot of new builders so that I can open it across country.